On the morning of May 17, 1849, a boy named Charles Winhausen was eating a bowl of chicken stew for supper. When he finished, he asked his mother for more stew. She asked him if he was still hungry, and he said he wasn't exactly hungry, but he felt like he could eat. His mother gave him another portion of chicken stew, and then another. It was here, in a small cabin in New Hampshire, that modern obesity was born. Young Charles quickly gained a reputation among the local counties as a boy who could really pack it in. What seems so basic now was actually a novel concept at the time. Charles didn't simply eat to no longer be hungry. He ate for the sake of eating. That was unheard of in those days. Life was peaceful for Charles until the outbreak of the Civil War. It was then, in November 1862, that Charles was conscripted into the Union Army. Charles feared that in the army he would not receive the portions he was accustomed to. Luckily for him, his fellow soldiers found his gluttony amusing. It was something they had never seen before. It gave them something to smile about in such a difficult time. You have to understand, all of our resources were dedicated to fighting the Confederacy. And in the midst of all this, here was a man eating over 6,000 calories a day. Charles was not an eager soldier. He was not a pacifist. He had no strong political beliefs. He was merely lazy and preferred to spend his days stuffing his face with food. His troops suffered many casualties at the Battle of Fredericksburg. When his fellow soldiers were ordered to the front line, Charles claimed he could not go because his foot hurt. He was later seen at the Chow Hall. The war ended in 1864, and in the North people celebrated with feasts. As for Charles, he returned to New Hampshire, where it is said that he finished his days sitting in a rocking chair, growing ever larger as he chewed upon a pile of pig fat. I mean, what a fat piece of shit, right? Coming up next on Ken Burns' Obesity, the Fat 20th Century.